Yeah, intermission.
All right, welcome everyone. What we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to go over paragraph styles, how they work, and why you would want to use them. The larger your document gets, the more you're going to want to use paragraph styles. So get used to these, get to where you are comfortable with them, and plan on using them going forward whenever you create documents in InDesign. So I've got my document set up here. We're just going to set up a simple header, subheader, and body copy. Now, what you'll want to do is make sure that you have paragraph styles pulled up already. If you don't have that, you can go up to Window, Styles, and Paragraph Styles, and that will bring up this window for you. So what we'll do again, we'll just create a simple structure. We'll say title here. We'll have a subtitle. And we'll have some body copy. All right, now what paragraph styles allows you to do is to set a certain style to a certain paragraph of text and then run that throughout your entire document. The nice part of this is that if you do it correctly and you do it when you first set up your document, then any changes that you need to make later on, you don't have to go back to every single text box and make that change, which will be really nice because if you have 200 pages of a document, you don't want to go through the whole thing over and over again. So anything that you can do that's a global change makes your life much easier within InDesign. First thing that we'll do is go in and determine what you want your page to look like. I'll go ahead and select my text here. So now that I've picked everything that I want to use, I'll go ahead and pull this text box over to the other page because I want to give myself some more text so I can show you what's going on here. I'll erase everything in this one and link the two text boxes together. And then I'll highlight this body copy, right-click in the box, and say Insert or Fill with Placeholder Text. And this lets me mimic what I want my paragraph to look like, what the text will look like in a bunch. I'll come back in here and delete body copy out of here, and we're ready to go. So the first thing I'll set up, because it's the easiest, is go ahead and select your title and make sure it's all selected. Once it's selected, you'll see over here in your paragraph styles box that basic paragraph with a plus sign. Now what the plus sign means is that there's something happening in the text that doesn't quite align with this original setting in your paragraph styles. Now this isn't going to bother us right now as we're setting them up, but in the future, if you've set up a paragraph style and then you go to put more text in and apply that paragraph style to that new text in your document, you want to make sure that you don't have any pluses there. So you'll want to go through your text and make sure you see what is doing this. Is there an italic appearing somewhere? Is there some kind of setting that was transferred in from Word that I don't want on this document? So you'll keep an eye out for those, and we can talk more about that later. Once you have your title highlighted, you'll come down here with the little plus sign and push that to create a new character style, or you'll come down here. Once you have your title highlighted, you'll come down here to your paragraph styles box and you'll see at the bottom the little plus sign to give you a new paragraph style. Go ahead and click on that. And you can see it appears right below. You'll click on that style, and clicking there will assign everything that's in that title, the size, the leading, the typeface itself. It will all put it into this paragraph style. So you'll double click over here in the space on that same line, and it will bring up this paragraph style options. Now you want to name this something so you know what it is, so we'll call it title. As you can see, if I come to basic character format, it tells me what size it is, what font family it belongs to, and font style. And this is set up how I want it, so I can say OK, and you'll see here now that I have title. Now we'll want to do the same thing with our subtitle, so we'll highlight all of it. Again, we're back on basic paragraph, which is fine. Create a new paragraph style by clicking the plus at the bottom. Select that paragraph style, and then double click over on the right here in space. And we'll call this one subtitle. Again, you can see its basic character format and say OK. We have title and subtitle. Now we have to do the same thing to the body. Highlight all the body by clicking in here and then doing a Command A. And we'll do the same thing. Create a new paragraph style. Click on the new paragraph style. We'll double click over to the right and we'll call this body copy. And you'll be able to see here its basic character formatting. Say OK. And now we have all of our paragraph styles set up. Now what's really great about this, I can come in here, for example, and highlight this title. I can click on subtitle. Everything that is set up here is duplicated now on the title. And I can see that I can't spell either. So let's go in and put a little space here. There we go. Now I can go back here, put it back to title. I could select all my body copy, set it to title. There's a bunch of stuff that you can do now that's very quick to edit. Now, another thing that's great about this is once I have my body copy in here, I can look at my body copy and say, okay, I don't have any paragraph breaks, and it's making it a little hard to read. So let's go ahead in the body copy and set that up. If I come into body copy, I can double click on this again, and you'll see that it has an option called indents and spacing. Make sure whenever you're doing this that you have preview checked down in the bottom left so that you can see what your changes are doing to the document before you accept them. So with our indents and spacing, what we want to do is go to space after. And what this means is space after each paragraph return. So if I increase this, you'll see that I start to get an increase between my paragraphs. The space after my return is being made greater, pushing these further apart. Now, if I didn't want to do that, what I could do is go to my left indent or first line indent, excuse me. And if I turn that up, you'll see that I can start to indent my file. Now, this is very important to do because you do not want to take a Word document, dump it into InDesign, and keep that same formatting. Because generally the formatting that comes out of there will make your indent something like this. It's a ridiculous amount of space. You don't need it. So go ahead and manually do that. You'll want to go in there. If you've got indents already in there, come into this setting and make them look nice. Now, generally you don't want paragraph spacing and paragraph indents at the same time. So you'll want to decide which one you want to use. For this one, we'll go ahead and use spacing. So we can get the space the way that we want it and say OK. And then that happens with all of our text. So again, imagine that you have 50 pages of text that's been run. They're in different boxes and different sections or chapters. As long as they're all set to body copy, you could come in here to body copy, come up to your basic character form and say regular maybe is too thick. Let's go with the lighter typeface. So we'll select light, say OK. And globally, everything in the document that's set up with body copy will change at the same time. And this will be true about titles, subtitles. So after you've set this up, make sure that any additional titles, subtitles, or body copy, after it's been placed, that you apply the correct paragraph style so that you're able to manipulate everything in the program at once, globally across the board. Get used to paragraph styles and how they work. It will drastically increase your workflow, and have yourself a wonderful day.